Don't you think?
All right, here we are. We're going for the walk for the Slushy.
Who's Spider-Man?
I don't know. But, yeah, as you can see, very rainy looking out here. I think the hurricane's coming through from the west and east and all that really have our weather mucked up because it looks like walking on rain for the next at least 7 days. Cloudy, overcast, chances of rain. Not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we are definitely getting a slushie, and then we're going to go for a short walk.
Wow.
They paint it. Yeah, because guess what starts in a couple of days, like I just talked about.
Finally repainted the line.
They do it every year when school starts. Every year, without fail. Unless, of course, they do.
Last year it was faded.
It was faded by the end of the year, for sure. No, it wasn't. It was fading after the first 2 or 3 snowfalls, because ice, and snow, and salt.
I love you, Daddy.
It's just breezy. So nice. It's still in the 70s today. It's not really cold in this Ellie. Just not hot like we're used to. We're used to the screaming hot on our skin like we burned up at the Caribbean Festival. This Saturday there's like a little carnival downtown on Main Street with all the street performers and stuff. They got an escape artist magician coming and a fire swallower. You ever seen anybody swallow fire? Huh?
Not in real life.
Well,
Whoa, Daddy, I just saw a heart stamp.
Oh yeah?
It was a big one though.
Mm-hmm.
And I stepped on it because it was full of sand. It was literally covered in sand.
Okay, get the button. Blinky, blinky, we got the button.
Noises.
And soon the light will say, walk, walk, walk. Getting ready now. There it is. Everybody agreed. Sign says walk. Good. Better stop, damn you. Young driver, are you driving that car? That red one says young driver on it.
Imagine there was that car said young driver because a 3-year-old thought it was.
I'd be a little young, yeah. For sure. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to frame this house up before and put a roof on it. What? Oh yeah?
Why are they focusing on that?
I don't know. What I was going to say is I don't know if you're going to have time to get this house all framed up and windows and a roof on before winter comes. We might not get to see this house grow until springtime. Depends on how quickly they move.
till winter, Dada.
Well, it ain't even fall yet. We got a whole nother, just about a month before fall. That's September 21st. After Ian's birthday. Did you know Ian's birthday is in about 3 weeks? Has he let you forget it? No. No. Now, mind you, this slushie is very special. Ellie has waited since May for this slushie. They told her they were going to get the stuff to make the slushies in May, and then the store went out of business. And a new owner has since took over and just opened it in the last few days. So she's been waiting 3 months for this slushie. Look at this guy. He is moving right along. He's booking. He's got that whole sill on there. Soon he will be putting walls up.
He has put the walls up. Is that going to be a 2-floor or a 1-floor home?
I don't know.
That's a trailer.
There's no basement, so I'm going to bet that bottom half is going to be 2-story.
Stairs. I don't like that. Why is that vending machine still empty?
I don't know, because he hasn't called a company to fill it, or he hasn't bought the stuff to put in it yet. It costs money. It costs probably $2,000 or $3,000 to fill that machine. The Pepsi machine, Pepsi takes care of. Sure, you still have to pay for it, but it kind of pays for itself. The other one, he has to fill. It definitely costs a lot of money. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're going to pause this, I think. Unpause my video. Oh look, he's got a big truck here delivering something for his house. I wish that I had that on while I was talking to him, but huh? Oh, I don't know. That was a dump truck. He might have brought dirt or it took some away. Who knows? Yeah, see? We're getting ready to pour a slab there. See that pile of stuff? Walk around. You know, like that across the floor. Go down to my yard, actually. So Ellie got her slushie. Here we are. Ellie's slushie. She keeps walking at me. I can't show you. But she's definitely got it. There it is. She got an extra large one for, they're just selling them for $2 right now. Extra good. So how is that slushy after all that waiting? Pretty good? And your bamboo straw, who ever heard of that? We gotta get home for a minute here. Ellie's gotta go potty. So we're on our way back. We're gonna get Ellie home to the potty. Okay, there's our light. Everybody agreed that's a light? Okay, here's the light. Starting to feel a few sprinkles out here, one or two. Not a lot. But such is life. All right. All right, so we're back. We got Ellie to the potty on time. We still got rain trying to happen, but not yet. Hasn't happened. We had rain yesterday. Like I said, this hurricane weather has got us all screwed up. We're in line for cloudy, possible rain for the next 7 days at least. Sorry the walk ended so abruptly and so quickly. But sometimes kids, forget to use the bathroom before we leave the house. Public restrooms today are not easy to come by, and the ones that are have to be unlocked, and you have to wait in line for them.
My slushie is covered in ice.
Yeah, well, that's what a slushie is. Come here. How's that slushie doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it melting just enough to get a taste? It's got some really yummy slushies coming from the sounds of it. Coke and Dr. Pepper and root beer.
I was gonna get the red, but then remembered, if I got the red, I might not like it.
Yeah, it's just cherry.
But I knew, I haven't tried cherries before, that's why I didn't get red.
Well,
but I have tried oranges, and I really like them, so that would mean I like this because this is orange flavored.
Right, well, there's no actual oranges in that either, I'll bet. It's artificially flavored, but it's slushy. It's what you've been waiting for since before school was out, and it's almost time to go back to school, and you're just getting it. That's a long wait for a slushy. So it better be very, very good after waiting that long for it.
Of course. I bet when I go back to school on the first day, my teacher is gonna ask everyone what we did during the summer.
You waited for a slushy the whole summer long.
I mean, I didn't. At first, I didn't even know slushies were even available in a store near us.
You did, though, but you don't remember. We've gotten slushies there before when you were in kindergarten, coming home from school.
How come, and I don't know what an icy is, but how come there's ices in the mall? Check out.
There is ices. Ices are like slushies.
But they come in different sizes.
Oh, yeah, different. Slushies can come in different sizes,
Small
too.
for, like, toddlers.
Right now, they're just opening, so they only had one.
Medium for children. Big for 14. And large for all other ages.
Well, they're just opening. They only had one size, and that's it. One size fits all. If you drink it slow, it will melt down a little bit, so you don't get as much white, icy looking stuff on top. You're just drinking all the flavoring right now when you drink it too fast. That's why it gets white on top. And then soon you will have nothing but a glass of ice slush, which is okay too. A lot of people like to eat ice cubes, huh? Garbage is here. Wow. We eat the garbage dumpster.
Wow. That's big.
It is big.
It literally just picked up the trash.
And pulled it from under the tree so it can dump it out. The end.
That's scary. Is that why the lid is all beaten up?
I think the lid is all beaten up because people beat it up. They walked on it and everything else out there. The kids did. Caused it, the hinge to get bent in the middle.
Dad, there is detergent under there.
Now,
It's full too. Is it possible to drink a slushie without a straw?
it is, but it's not as much easy, and it gives you a brain freeze quicker. You can drink it like a regular drink. Takes a little finagling to turn a truck that big around in this small parking lot. All back and freshen it up.
Where do they put the garbage after they crumble it all up?
There's a big arm in there that pushes back, and it pushes it all to the back of the truck. Every time he dumps a dumpster, he squishes it back, and then he pulls that arm, comes back, and he dumps more in, and he squishes it back, and it's like a garbage compactor. When they dump it out, it dumps out like a big brick of garbage out the back. That whole back end will be solid trash, and it'll dump out like a brick. The size of that truck. A brick size garbage truck.
How do they do that to recycling bins?
They don't do that to recycling. Well, they do, but generally they have a smaller fork on the side of the recycling truck that picks the garbage, the blue garbage bins up, recycling bins up, and dumps them. That truck can pick up the smaller ones too and dump it the same way. Small green garbage cans. That truck hasn't got forks on the side, but the ones they use to do the trash on Tuesday morning do.
Did you know some people crush their drinks up if it gets ice on them?
Yeah. That you can.
So it so all the things on top melt, so all the ice melts, so you can just, and if there's left on the bottom.
Is that better than a paper straw, the bamboo straw?
Mm-hmm.
I think the bamboo straw is like reusable. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I looked it up after I went to the bathroom.
I don't know how long you can reuse it, but it doesn't.
It's reusable for as long as it is until it dissolves. But you can only reuse it for like as much as you want if you make sure the insides are clean and everything. If they're not clean, when you use it for the second or third time or something like that, you won't be able to ever use it again after that because the inside of the straw will get like all sticky.
Yeah.
Just like the cup that I got, that color changing cup I got downtown.
Ugh.
The only thing in this pile that isn't reusable is the slushie.
Well,
You can't reuse a slusher when it's already drinking.
well, you can if you want to pee it out in the toilet bowl. That's kind of reusing it for urine. Looks
Because I'm
quiet.
pretty sure the cup is reusable.
Looks quiet over in that empty field today. Looks like all the neighbors who thought they owned that empty field have been moved out again.
Yeah. Probably have.
So guys, I am sorry the walk turned out kind of short, but Ellie didn't use the bathroom before we left for the walk, and the cool, sipping on that cool slushy reminded her that she had to go potty. Not to mention it's kind of damp today. It's chilly, the air is chilly, so that doesn't help either.
Well, I know something that sadly didn't happen yesterday when it rained.
Mm-hmm.
The lid for the bubble container didn't.
It didn't rain hard enough. It's got to really, really rain to cause the plastic to float and come out.
Unless it sprinkled
barely-
for so long that the entire thing just fills up to the top.
It barely rains. Well, when it rains hard enough, it does. Everything floods. But it barely rained enough to get the ground wet, and it dried right up. I wanted to go out for a walk yesterday, but we couldn't get there, so never made the walk yesterday. Saturday, though, even if your mother can't go or decides she doesn't want to do the downtown, me and you can go do the festival where all the street performers are and the magicians and sword swallowers and all that stuff. I don't know all the street performances they're going to have, but there's going to be music and there's going to be a magician for sure, an escape artist they're going to chain him and lock him up.
I wish I could put this down somewhere.
You can put it down right there.
I mean,
It's not going to. I mean, what's going to happen to it unless a bird flies by and poops in it?
that wouldn't happen. The birds are gone now.
Well, they're not. Yesterday I opened the back door last night, was it? After your mother got home, and 3 birds took off from the rail.
That was probably just another set of birds.
Those pigeons still return. 2 of them, and the father bird. They still come back. Off and
Do you
on.
like my new rock collection I added down there?
Yeah,
Oh, and Daddy, I have a question.
including the ones that turn your hand black.
Are those road pieces ours?
I don't think they're ours. They're just somebody picked them up and put them on the side, out of the way.
Or it might
They're probably
be
part of
ours?
they're probably part of the big hole over there that people are starting to fill in with the stones they find.
No, that's been there before that hole was there.
But definitely it's part of the parking lot. Both of them.
Maybe one day I was outside with Ian playing with him, and I was running around, and I saw those on the road or the grass or something. And I picked them up one by one, so I made multiple trips and said I wanted to take them in, but I couldn't take them in because they were too big at the time.
I don't know
So
for
I
sure,
put
but
them there.
I would be willing to bet that, remember the guys who came and put the patches in on that driveway there last year?
Mhm.
I'll bet we're going to see somebody coming in putting patches on this side this year. Just before fall comes. Because if they don't put a patch on that, those plows and tractors that come in here in the winter to clean the parking lots is going to rip that up. We're not going to have a parking lot left. It's going to be a dirt path.
If they don't cut down those trees soon, I'm going to freak.
They're not going to cut down those trees. Those trees have been there since we've been here, and they were there long before we got here. It makes a fence line for the property next door.
Oh, Dada, they cut off the part of that tree that I actually am learning to climb on.
Yeah, the town did that, so because it was getting in the way of walking on that path, those little tree limbs. So
So
they came and cut all the branches. Also, it made it hard for the snow blowers to get in there and clean the snow in the winter. And the street cleaner used to go back there and sweep it too, so there wasn't garbage on the path, and it couldn't get in.
it was the only thing teaching me how to climb.
No, tree branches don't teach how to climb. You got to learn that on your own. Tree branches don't do much or nothing at all, unless you got a good imagination. They just sit there and say hi, and they wave in the wind.
Well, that's literally the exact way how Riker and Lindsay learned how to climb the tree. They hanged on that. They hung stuff on that branch that got cut off on that tree.
When you get tall enough to reach it, then you start to learn how to get up on it. That's all there is to it.
God, look at the spills I've made to make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, the walk video got cut short, and then I paused our recording here, and I forgot to turn it back on. I had a conversation with the guys who are running the store, and
Daddy,
recorded none of it.
Daddy, the trees are actually starting to turn to their fall leaves.
No, what's happening is, you know, the whirly birds that these trees drop, some of them have only one, and some of them have two seeds on it, and you can pick them up, throw them in the air, and they will spin around. Well, the trees are full of those, and they're about ready to drop off. One morning we're going to wake up, and this whole yard is going to be full of those little green and brown whirlybirds. So that's what we see on the trees right now.
Those were my favorite things to mess with when I come upstairs and with a little twirly thing and twirl them down the side of the stairs.
They will probably end up all over our balcony too. Right now, people next door must have had a fire last night in their fire pit because we got ashes on our balcony. Not ashes, but ashes. But in reality, there are ashes on our balcony right now, too. So, no promises, but hopefully we make it to the rains. All bets are off. We're not doing anything if it's pouring rain. It's not supposed to. So, we got that going for us. Get some change for the bus, and
wait, Dada, I see why it might not come out from if it rains hard enough. I think it might be stuck with all that brown stuff in the thing.
And it will float out. Good thing about plastic is that it floats.
The bad thing about plastic is that it sometimes doesn't.
No, plastic always floats.
Then explain why one of my plastic toys don't float in the bath.
Maybe it's solid plastic and it's heavy. But that plastic cap is hollow. It's a hollow boat, literally. Like your cup. That would float like a boat, unless the cup's full of water. And then it would tip over, and once it tipped out a certain amount of water, it would float right back up again.
This is starting not to taste good anymore.
Well, if you drink all the orange flavor out of it, that happens.
Oh, and also, I heard that Riker and Lindsay were also going to get this exact slushie at the exact same place today.
It's a possibility.
But they did it when they woke up.
I don't know what time that place opens up, so I can't say. And we don't.
And they normally wake up about 2 minutes before lunch.
But I know they Riker takes off at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. The car comes and picks him and his mother up. Every day. Every day. Every day.
Not every day.
Every day. So he was out of here between 6:30 and 7:30 before you were even out of bed. And Lindsay, she doesn't even live here. She lives somewhere else down there.
She lives in another city. She lives in the place behind Toronto.
I don't know, but she went home somewhere else. Riker's mother sent her home. To her mother. And she went running down the street that way. And it can't be too far away because she's not that old. She's not old enough to run around the city too much by herself.
She literally lives in the city behind Toronto. Oh, and also, Dad?
She might in the summer and go to school there in the wintertime, yeah, but she's been here all summer.
And also, Dara, just letting you know that whenever Lindsay comes over, Riker picks her up because Riker is 12, so he's way older than enough to pick Lindsay up by himself.
No, even Ian's older than 12. And he's barely old enough to pick somebody up by himself. He's just getting his freedom now.
Oh, and Dada, I found out what those patterns are on that piece of cardboard.
Yeah?
In there below the black pipe.
Oh, yeah?
Those patterns were actually the old balcony patterns.
Oh, yeah? I don't think so. Those things down there, those boards down there, they sat on the balcony down below for years. And then they took them off the balcony, leaned them against the wall. But they actually took them off after they sat there for a winter or two. And your mother just texted me.
With what?
Well, I would assume her phone. I just noticed the text pop up here as we were recording our video.
As in what? What did she text?
I have no clue. It just popped up really quick. A message from your mother. Popped up too quick for me to be able to read.
I could just go and read it on your computer. Did you know some people drink smoothies like this? Not smoothies. I'm gonna go put this on my table. I'll be right back.
Alright, I think we're going to end this for now. Hope you'll like and subscribe. Sorry it was cut short. The sprinkles are starting again. Probably going to go inside before it rains. Definitely something's going to happen this afternoon. We'll see you later. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.